Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Sagittarius September 25, 2022. During this cycle, you're coming to a more balanced state of being and a larger perspective of what you need and want from your life. There can be a stronger focus on companionship or partnerships, and you can undoubtedly benefit from the insights of a significant other. Some of your plans may need refinement, or you may put a little less energy into them as you attend to other areas of life, particularly social ones. With the Sun and retrograde Mercury coming together in this same sector of your chart, there can be the very beginnings of new thinking about a relationship or your relationship needs. You benefit from the ability to see the dysfunctional elements of the past, and today's insight can nudge you along a different path. A partner can have much to contribute now, or you might make significant mental discoveries through a one-on-one conversation. As the heavens part, you may feel like it's soulmate season. This is because the mighty Sun, our great luminary, has blazed a trail to enter Libra. With the Sun sizzling across the sky from you in your solar 7th house of partnerships, dancing with a twin flame or mirror will be a top priority for you in the month to come. Current relationships will have a microscope put on them, for better or for worse. If you've been together for barely 6 months or as long as 50 years, the Sun's light now will give you the chance to work even better as a team or re-energize your union. Do not hesitate to have a lazy workday. The moon is void of course all day, suggesting that you may lack the oomph you need to dive into your creative endeavors and projects. Luckily, you will feel notably connected to your working relationships since the Sun will enter your opposite sign, Libra. Focus on your professional commitments throughout Libra season. Opportunities to find balance and ensure reciprocity may arise, so use the solar energy to course-correct your partnerships and arrangements. However, try to maintain some peace with your colleagues as you negotiate. While having the moon return to your work sector just hours after the Sun leaves today is good news professionally, this sets the scene for a positive few days across the income, work, and career fronts. The week began with planets across the income, work, and career fronts in harmony, and the moon will do the same over the coming days, and just as Venus, the planet of money, takes the lead. Speaking your truth is the beauty of life and relationships, otherwise all beauty is hollow, and life becomes merely a charade. If you feel the tug of certain buried truths, it is wise to welcome them forth with the dedication to making yourself whole. If you feel you need more sleep in order to gear up for the changes you sense afoot, have the courage to say no to an unhealthy meal, and get to bed as early as you see fit. No excuses necessary. Here is a day that will be particularly open and favor activities touching on communication and creativity. The way you express yourself will be of utmost importance. Don't forget that words always have a fundamental impact. Make projects for the future because this would be a particularly good period for it. Outside of having some words with those close to you, things should be constructive in your sentimental life. You are coming into a phase of peace and optimism. Take advantage of this and stop torturing yourself with trivialities and making comments that are out of place. The Sun and Mercury are swapping places, and in the process, this will ensure that nothing is lost and everything is gained on the job and career fronts. As the Sun returns to your relationship sector, this will turn the solar spotlight onto your relationships, but also on Mercury, the planet of communication's final hours here before retrograding back out. As they temporarily align, the focus will shift from the past to the journey ahead. It is just a few hours later that Mercury will retrograde back into your work sector, returning while the Sun's vacant seat is still warm. The Sun's return to your relationship sector today is the point in each year when the solar spotlight shifts onto your relationships. As the Sun returns, Mercury, the planet of communication, is just hours away from retrograding back out, and for a few hours aligned, they will bring the past, present, and future together. This comes just as romantically charged lunar vibes are running their course. Our eyes in the sky. Today, Mercury retrograde backs into the creative sign of Virgo. It continues to make contact with some powerful players in the sky, asking you to look at your desires through the lens of maturity and experience. With a hard lesson still digging at your spirit, there is going to be a meeting whether you're ready for it or not. This week's focus is on relationships and how they can help you meet your goals. It's about moving up, whether you form a jogging club with friends to take off a few pounds, or access the networking power of acquaintances. There's an emphasis on learning new languages and studying foreign cultures to help you take your business worldwide. The moon in Virgo highlights your need to be heard. This energy wants you to take control. You're being forced to take on several roles in your life whether you feel prepared or not. The responsibility can feel daunting for sure, but you have to put your foot down. That is the test of these aspects. You just have to trust that what you're doing and all the steps you're taking will pay off. After midnight, the moon enters Virgo and exits its void of course, which began yesterday morning. Over the next 2 days, we feel emotionally regulated when everything is running like clockwork. The only problem is that life rarely adheres to our personal schedule or aligns with our expectations. Our desire for perfection, and its lack of attainment, can disturb us now. This is a good time to attend to routine business and detail work. Logistical activities can help calm our nerves if we find ourselves spiraling into judgmental or critical thinking. Consider tidying up around the house, organizing a bookshelf, or cleaning out your closet. At this time, something happens to shock us out of this expectation. We realize that we have been taking things too seriously, that life is baffling, and that we should enjoy the ride. Our intuition and instincts harmonize. We come to sudden realizations that reshape how we relate with others. We could also learn new information, receive unexpected news, or experience a synchronicity that bears special significance. The stress of the day rolls off our backs as we throw up our hands and submit to the universe's grand plan. In the morning, Mercury enters Virgo in retrograde motion, a territory it last traversed on August 25th. Look back to this date to make connections. An event or interaction that took place around this time may now be brought up for reflection. History repeats. Eerily similar conversations occur. It is even possible that we will rethink some Virgo-style rituals or routines that are no longer working for us. Although we may arrive at certain conclusions, we are still in a retrograde review phase, so acknowledge discoveries without acting on them just yet. Discussions may help to clarify our ideas or opinions, but we should beware of being overly judgmental of ourselves or others. No one has all the answers right now. Let curiosity, not criticism, guide your choices.